Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to come on today and just continue this series that I've been doing, Spirit Teachings and Spiritual Inspirations. I do believe this is video number 9. When I read something about old mediums of the past, pioneers of spiritualism, or teachings from spirit guides, and it just makes my spirit and my soul sort of get tingly, and if I feel that it helps in my spiritual progression and evolution, I like to share it where I can, and I'm hoping that these videos will share some insight with you about the workings of the spirit world and the knowledge, counsel, guidance that they have to give us if we just take the time and find them for ourselves. Because I really do think that's the point: is to find these teachings and allow them to help us. There is help available to us, I find, all of the time. We just have to connect to it in the quiet, blocking out the noise of the external world, and just move closer to our spirit and closer to God, the creator, and to the spirit realm, and allow them to help us. And I do believe all these books that I find, there are no coincidences I find in spiritual evolution. So I know that they find me. Okay, so I'm going to try to do 2, perhaps 3 teachings that have meant something to me and that have helped me in my journey and my evolution. The first one, I just want to read a little passage from this. I'm sorry, got the glare. Some Discern Spirits by Sylvia Barbanell, and it is a book about the medium Estelle Roberts. Estelle Roberts has her own book called 50 Years of Medium, which is an amazing book. Estelle Roberts was an amazing medium, filled halls with thousands and thousands of people in her demonstration with clairvoyance, and also she has a spirit guide that works through her, Red Cloud, and there are other books just on the teachings of Red Cloud. This, what I'm going to read, actually does refer back to the teachings of Red Cloud, so I'm just going to get it, if I can find it. And Red Cloud is a really interesting spirit guide. He worked through her, through Miss Roberts for years, really good with healing, evidential mediumship, and just really helped her through her life to get over issues that she had and blocks to move forward, to allow her to be an amazing proponent to spiritualism and to the spirit realm. Okay, so let me just read this. So about Red Cloud. Red Cloud teaches always that character and character alone decides the position we will occupy when we are called to the spirit world. Service to others is the leitmotif, like recurring theme, of his work on earth. He is never tired of reiterating that it is more blessed to give than to receive. I cannot do better than to close this chapter in his own words, which I have heard him quote many, many times. This is coming from Miss Barbanell, who wrote this, and these are Red Cloud's words. The glory of life is to love, not to be loved, to give, not to get, to serve, not to be served, to be a strong hand to others in time of need, to be a cup of strength to the soul in a crisis of weakness. That is to know the glory of life. So I really like what Red Cloud said here, because I find that working with the spirit world and working with mediumship and just being a spirit worker, a light worker, it's always, you have to be a bit careful, because it can start to feed your ego, and it can start to awaken this feeling of self-importance and sort of rising above other people in terms of your spiritual evolution. And I really do think that the point of all of this work, all of this sweat and tears and hard toiling work that we have to do to spiritually evolve and move closer to the spirit realm, because it is a lot of work. What's the point? The point is to be of service. The point is to help. And I do find the more we can be of service to others, to not expect something in return, to the reward is to give. That really does help us with our spiritual evolution and progression. And what Red Cloud said, that's really when we pass. I don't believe in like a time of judgment or purgatory or anything like that, but I do believe we're sort of faced head on with what we've done here in the physical realm and how we've lived our physical life in the matter world here on Earth. And our evolution and progression goes on even after we leave this physical realm, leave our physical body. But the more we can help and the more we become a being of service, a being of love, to give love and not expect anything in return, that really does dictate our spiritual evolution and progression in the spirit realm. And that's what helps us move on to different spheres of consciousness in the spirit realm. The purer we are with our need, I do feel it's a need, to give and to help others, the purer our spirit becomes. Whatever your belief system is in God, the creator, the universe, light, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I think we all can agree that there is something superior to us at work here. And we all work within these natural laws, which are laws of attraction. You give what you get. Light attracts light. Like attracts light. And you get exactly what you need, but you get exactly what you need by giving and not expecting anything back. So allow your spirit just to open up and become a being of service. And the physical body, what we're using here to express ourselves in this physical realm for the short amount of time, the body is the vehicle of how our spirit has to express itself here. We are imprisoned because I feel that my true self is my essence, is my spirit, and this body that continues to age and will eventually cease to exist is just a shell. And this shell, once its purpose is served, will go back to the earth, decay, go back to dust, however it's left here. But my spirit then goes on and continues to be a being of service, a being of love. And think about this, about the more you are able to give and be of service to humanity, to God and the spirit realm, the more love you feel, and to become a being of compassion and tolerance for all life, not to judge, to understand that everyone has their own path to lead, everyone has to make their own choices, it's all free will, and just to love them, help them when you can, or perhaps just plant a seed in their mind and allow it to germinate on their own time, in their own time period. That's life, and that's the way we're meant to really interact with each other. I love you, you love me, but I can't tell you how to live your life, and I should not judge how you live your life. It's your life. You do what you want with it. I can only possibly show you a door and say, if you go this way, you'll see that there's so much more to life than is in the matter world. And there's so much more to see and to hear and to experience when you move beyond the five senses and build your sensitivity and build your awareness to the unseen realm, that there's this divine beauty there, this creative life force that goes through all life, but you have to find that for yourself. You have to uncover that for yourself. So I have the honor and pleasure of working with a lot of people, and for as much as it just makes me so happy when I see them awaken and understand that the point is to help and the point is to be of service. Some people I'm not able to help. I can just show them where I think they should go. That's to figure it out for themselves. But I can't push anyone through this door. I can't crack open someone and awaken them. They have to do it themselves. Some people do it quickly. Some people take their time, and that's fine. There's no time here. There's no time limit. You will have all the time that you need in the spirit world. The spirit world is incredibly patient. They have all the time in the world. We, in our physical life, we don't have all the time for this life. We have all the time in the world when we get to the spirit realm to continue to learn and progress. But what I've been told through my guides and also through reading a lot of spiritual teachings is I'd much rather progress and evolve and understand love, tolerance, and acceptance here. So when I get to the spirit realm, I sort of understand that already. And then I can really take off and experience the glory of the next life. And the life after that, I don't know. Who knows? But the point is to love and not to get love. If you give love, you will feel love anyway. The more, it's like giving a gift. I'd much rather give a gift than get a gift. I'm very much into the joy that I see when someone receives something. It means a lot more to me than receiving something. To try not to be calculated in what you give. Okay, if I give this, I'll get that. If I provide you with this, then you'll provide me with that. It's very love and service. I don't want to say it's one-sided, but you should do it because you love everybody and you want to help everybody, and not even just people, all living beings, right? So the more you give, the more you evolve, and the more love you can give out into the world, and healing, if you're a healer, provide healing. Mediumship does provide healing. Give readings, evidential trance, it doesn't matter. The more love will move into your aura and move into your energy field, and you become a being of love. I do believe that we're meant to be beings of love here, and we are beings of love. Our spirit is pure, our spirit is intact, but it's encased in this physical form, and that also involves the conscious mind. And the conscious mind is all about, reasoning and deducting risks and gains, and then you have all the emotions that come up, unhealed trauma, jealousy, prejudices, all these things. That's the human side. That goes away when we pass. So really just try to be a being of love and give the love. And the more you give, you'll feel the spirit world come and work with you, and they will help you. And you will take their hand, and you will walk hand in hand with spirit in this love, and they will keep moving you towards the next step of progression and evolution. Okay, so that's what I really like about the teachings of Red Cloud. It's a lot about service. Well, actually, most spirit guide teachings are about service, because that's what it is. But Red Cloud is really very succinct and to the point a lot of times. And remember, the point is to give and not to get. I do believe, I'm not disagreeing with Mr. Red Cloud, but I do believe that though it's not an award or a reward, the more you are of service, the more support you get from God in the spirit realm, if that makes sense. So that's really what I feel, is the more I can give, I just feel the support. I just feel the hands of spirit on my back pushing me forward. And though I don't really feel they remove obstacles in my path, because I need the obstacles to learn and to grow, they carry them with me, and they help me move through them, and they make me realize and make me see that there is light on the other side of these obstacles. But we need the obstacles in life to learn and to progress. Okay, so I just want to read that one. And then next, okay, so I'm going to continue with spirit guide teachings in this recording. The next one I want to read is also written by Sylvia Baranell, and I will tell a bit more. It's Silver Birch Speaks, edited by Sylvia Baranell. Not written, but edited. Sylvia Baranell was the wife of Maurice Baranell, who was the medium for Silver Birch. Silver Baranell is an accomplished writer in her own right. She has a lot of books about children in the spirit realm, pets in the spirit realm, and also edited a lot of Silver Birch teachings for her husband, Maurice Baranell. Silver Birch is great. He's actually my main man, and I go to his teachings a lot. Okay, so what I had just said from talking about Red Cloud, about obstacles and needing to learn from these obstacles, and they're all learning experiences, that's going to sort of go into this. So this is Silver Birch speaking to his circle in the UK, just speaking to these members of the circle that were sitting with him for years. Okay, so I often tell my friends, said the guide, that the time to have faith is not when things all go well, not when the sun is shining, birds are singing, and the heart is happy and carefree. It is easy to have faith when all is well. The time for faith is when the sky is filled with inky darkness, when it seems that there is no way to turn and all is lost. That's when we need faith. So I'm breaking away from the reading for a second. That we need to have faith. We build our faith so in times of darkness, our faith is unwavering and strong. Okay. Now I'll continue with what Silver Birch said. We cannot shield you always from the rough passages that come in earthly life. It is not good for your soul to be screened from them. The soul, to grow and evolve, must experience many difficulties, and out of these experiences, it will grow strong. It will have to be tested with the fire, and the result should be steel that is true. If you abandon faith because an experience has come your way and you feel you cannot go on, you fail yourself and no one else. I know, and I am not afraid to be challenged in this point, that there is no experience which comes to anyone on earth that is beyond his power to endure and to conquer. The Great Spirit is infinite love and wisdom, and the laws of the Great Spirit are perfect in their operation. Whatever befalls you, however bitter it may seem at the time, you have the power to overcome it. And those who choose what they think is the easy way out will make a great mistake. That is the hardest way in the end. Okay, so I believe this. I believe that, as I interjected before, building faith, I cannot give you faith. I don't even think God can give you faith. You have to find the faith in yourself, and you have to build it and you have to nurture it. Faith is about utilizing it when things are hard. That's the point. As Silver Birch said, it's really easy to have faith and everything's wonderful when things are wonderful. That's not faith. That's just you're living a good life, a good, phase of your life. And you go, yeah, of course it's easy to have faith when things are going well. But when things turn, which it will, when the storms approach, which they do, that's where you need the faith, and that's where your faith is tested. So this too I shall overcome. I shall move past this. I shall move into the light, and all of these problems will fade away. It's a temporary problem, but my soul cannot be touched. My soul is pure. And I do believe that these challenges and these hardships that are put in front of us, and they are for sure, they're meant to awaken us, and they're meant to not harden us, but fortify the spirit by learning how to get through dark times and learning how to overcome challenges. That's the point. As Silver Birch said, they can't shield us from problems. They can't shield us from loved ones passing. They can't shield us from loved ones getting sick or yourself being diagnosed with an illness. But what do you do with it? You can lie down, not move, go into the why me, why this happened to me, or you can get up, take a breath, take one step forward, and say to yourself, what can I learn from this? And more importantly, once I learn something from this, how can I help others that are going through it and perhaps aren't as strong as you? The point is to help. The point is to be of service. The point is to share the knowledge and the tools, perhaps, how to move forward in times of darkness and great challenges. That's the point. Okay. You always have a choice. It's always free will. You can always take the easy way out and move away from the challenge and not really deal with it. But I think that's exactly the wrong thing to do because you're not really learning from it. You're just kind of escaping it. You're sort of running away from it and not really dealing with it to help you and to help your spirit. The spirit forms itself and evolves in times of hardship. That's the way it works. We have all chosen to come to this physical world. Yes, you chose this life. You chose to come here at this time with the rest of us. So just deal with it. That's what you chose. That's what your soul needed. We come here knowing that we're going to be confronted with challenges and dark times, but you can't really experience the joy without knowing despair. You can't move into the light without moving through the darkness. So I would always rather move head on to the challenge, something that perhaps seems insurmountable, go through the hard times, but know that my spirit will always be okay, that my spirit will always survive, and move through it and learn as I go and collect the tools that I need that will help me in the next challenge. And as I said before, these tools will help me teach other people how to move through their challenges of grief, stress, illness, whatever. There certainly are enough challenges in our lives that come to us constantly. But I think if we just realize that we aren't meant to live a safe life, we're meant to be broken open, and we're meant to not broken open, and that's when the soul starts to expand and the spirit starts to grow and we evolve and we have faith. The faith, to me, it's really hard work, and it takes sometimes every ounce of my energy and strength to stay within the faith, to know that this too shall pass. Everything is working out to my greatest possible good. Just get through it. And once I get through it, always, every time, there is some realization that is born within my mind, within my spirit, not sure, that helps me and makes me stronger and connects me more to this unseen realm that I know they're there to help me. When I say, and when Silver Birch said that they can't shield us from the hardships of life, I don't think that means they just throw us in there and leave us to our own devices. I think we have to face these challenges head on and take responsibility for our lives. But the spirit guides in the spirit realm, loved ones, spirit inspires, so just beautiful spirit people that want to help us. They're always around us, and they will help push you forward by feeling that you're not alone. Okay, so the last line of what Silver Birch said, what I read about taking the easy way out, you will make a great mistake because it's the hardest way in the end. I do believe what he means is that, look, you can do what you want, but I'd rather face a problem head on than taking the easy way out because I'm just kind of kicking the can down the road. Then that can is just going to become heavier and bigger and harder to move. So I'd rather just face it, get it over with, learn what I have to learn, perhaps be grateful for the challenge. Don't know. Collect all this information, add these tools to my toolbox, allow my soul to progress and evolve, and then move on and help others. Okay, so those are the two I wanted to read. I wanted to really quickly. It's also Silver Birch, but it kind of ties everything into a nice bow. Okay, this is the last passage I'm going to read from Silver Birch, and it sort of talks about what I mentioned before about we will go through challenges in this life, but our soul will continue. Cannot kill the human spirit. For those of you wondering why I'm using soul and spirit, I think they're the same thing, to be honest. So that they're interchangeable. So I kind of use both all the time. So the last quote I want to read from Silver Birch is: "Turn your faces to the sun, which is but an emblem of the Great Spirit, God, and say, I am part of the Great Spirit. I am indestructible. I am eternal. I am infinite. That which is finite and part of the world of matter cannot touch me. If you did that, you would not be touched. I love that. And actually, I use that saying every day when I get up and then when I go to sleep. I'm part of the Great Spirit. The Great Spirit is part of me. I'm eternal. I'm indestructible. I'm infinite. All problems in the finite world of matter cannot touch me. And I am pure and I'm safe. I'm kind of paraphrasing a bit, but I changed it to mean something for me. But it's important that God is a part of you. You are part of God, right? I am part of God's plan. And we each hold a spark of the divine. Like I said before, God, the Great Spirit, the universe, light, whatever you want to use. But we're all have a spark of the divine within us. And if we would just take a moment and, listen to Silver Birch, look at the sun, which I do believe is a sign of God, of the creator, and just say that I'm indestructible. I'm eternal. I'm infinite. That which is finite and part of the world of matter cannot touch me. And that's really true. Our soul, our spirit will leave this physical realm unscathed and perfect. Nothing that you go through in this physical life, in the world of matter, can touch your spirit. It might shift your spirit a bit, but then it's your job to heal and move it back, right? But there's nothing that can be thrown at me in this world, health issues, loved ones passing, tax problems, money issues, anything that can touch me, because my soul is perfect, eternal, and indestructible. And that really has helped me. And that saying actually found me in a rather dark and stressful period of my life. And when I found that, and when I started to say it, I felt better. And in feeling better, I stopped obsessing about the problems that were facing me. And I just adopted this feeling of positivity and I exhaled. And everything got better. The problems solved themselves, or I solved them, I don't remember. And then I moved back on my path, back to progress more, to evolve more. Okay, so anyway, so that's my video number 9 on spirit teachings and spiritual inspirations. I hope it resonated with some of you, and I will continue to do this series when I find more teachings that resonate with me. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye.